going still. First up on the mobility list, I just want to get some, we're doing deadlifts today as our focus in the work period. So I want to just make sure our upper back is as loose as possible. So let's position that foam roller like right under your rib cage. You'll find it, if you go too low, you're gonna end up taking your breath away, but find a nice spot like mid-back. Interlace your hands behind your head, keep your elbows close to your ears, and then extend all the way back over that foam roller. Yeah. And then come up. Don't pull on your neck, just use that foam roller as a kind of guide. Oh my God, I feel like it needs to adjust. I need to hear a big pop in my back right now. We're gonna do about 10 of these, nice and slow. Just extending over, getting that mid-back, that thoracic spine moving. You feeling this a little bit? Good. You're gonna feel a stretch in your lats maybe your triceps. Maybe go back a little bit further. Once you get 10, just gonna sit that foam roller back in the normal position on your back. And we're just gonna do a few rolls up and down real quickly just to get some blood back into that area. Hands go behind your head, facing the wall behind you. You don't wanna go too quick and steamroll, but you definitely wanna move that foam roller down your back. Cool, foam rollers can be done. We've got 2 other exercises for our hips since we are doing deadlift. First is gonna be like a piriformis, a seated piriformis stretch. So you're gonna bring one knee, bend one knee, bring the bottom of your foot into the inside of the opposite leg. And you're gonna lean forward onto that bent knee, right? So lean forward, try to keep your hip down on the other side. And then you're gonna rock back, switch sides, and then rock forward, trying to keep the same thing. Butt down, knee down, and then we're gonna switch. I've been doing like a little bit of a pump, right? So rock forward, rock back, and then just do another one on that side, because my right side's a little bit wonky than my left, rather. Do about 10 each side. Feel this? Good.
That was one side that's more.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling now. Right, it's just really locked up, I feel like.
I was gonna do like yoga type stuff before.
It's,
Working out, right?
love it. Yeah. Even if you just do a few things each day. Cool, well, it's about 10 for me, guys. I don't know where you're at, but next up, we got one more, and then we're gonna get rocking with our warm-up. So think about 2 90-degree angles. So rotate your hips a little bit. So the bottom leg is at 90 degrees, and that the back leg, I'll call it, is also at 90 degrees. This position here. So we're gonna take and rotate that knee up and out. Try to get that knee towards the ceiling. So we're bringing that 90 degrees up and out. Again, each time try to go a little bit further out with it. a great exercise. And when you come in, when that knee comes in, think about squeezing your glute just a little bit, getting a little glute activation, and then releasing and then opening it up. Same thing, we're gonna do 10 each side. Warm up. Going down like this, 2 exercises every minute on the minute. We're going to be increasing our work time. And since it's every minute, we're going to be decreasing our rest time. First up, squeeze your glutes, tuck the butt underneath, keep that dumbbell or kettlebell close to your head. We're going to do a kneeling pullover, right? So we're looking to activate our core and our lats. Lats are used every time you bring your hands closer to your body, right? So when you're pulling down, think about pinching your elbows back, making sure you feel it in your lats on the side of your body. Next up, glute bridge. Take that same kettlebell, put it on the crease of your hips. Simple stuff. Tuck that butt underneath, press those hips all the way up, squeeze for a second, and back down. Cool. That's your second exercise. Work period. Every 3 minutes, you're going to do these 3 exercises consecutively. As fast as possible without sacrificing your form, of course. It'll probably give you about a minute to a minute and a half rest before you start the next round. So your first exercise, the hold, is a farmer's hold. It's just going to be activating your lats and your core. I'm using kettlebells just because they're here. But your job, your goal, is to strengthen the objective of this exercise is to strengthen your back, posterior chain, helps with posture, overall just core strength, right? So kettlebells or dumbbells, whatever they are, you want to pull them back a little bit and then let them hang down. Okay, you don't want to hold them up like this. You want to engage your shoulders, but you don't want to be too far up or too far down. So it's kind of like a neutral position, and then you're just hanging out, literally squeezing the kettlebells or dumbbells, squeezing your glutes, holding nice and tight for 30 seconds. So that's all scalable depending on how much weight you have. For your hold, you have the option to use everything here. Next up, your power exercise. We're gonna do ball slams in here now, Kim. But folks at home, if you don't want to slam a ball, if you don't have a ball to slam, if you have a band, loop it up to something that's not going to go anywhere. I'm using these 2 kettlebells. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. I hope not. No. So, lie on your back. If you have a couch or a table or a kettlebell that's heavy enough, you're going to want to do band pullovers this way. So we're working on power. This is a power exercise, so we're thinking about speed. Okay? That's if you don't have a ball or want to slam on your apartment floor there, Kevo. And then next up is going to be your strength exercise, your deadlift. 2 major components that we're looking for in a deadlift: hip hinge and flat back, neutral spine. Okay, so whether you're using kettlebells, dumbbells, barbell, whatever it is, you want to keep those components in check every rep. Got it? Heavy enough to give you a 4 to 6 rep range. Those of you at home, if you want to use a slower tempo, if you don't have heavy enough weights, you can work on a negative and then come up nice and fast. Cool? Or even if you wanted to stand on a band, Natalie, stand on a band and use dumbbells and wrap the dumbbells around the band, it'll give you a little bit more resistance.
What about for the farmer's hold? How can I make that a little, how can I make that harder?
Really, it's a matter of weight. You could maybe do some shrugs, make it an active movement where you're here, you kind of shrug up, pull up, and back down.
And then you're saying for the deadlift to wrap the band around the weights and then stand on the band?
So, yes. So think about this. How would I do this? This side. You actually can probably just literally grab the band in your hand and step on it this way.
Okay.
So, finisher. The goal is to complete 5 rounds within 13 minutes. Seems like it's very, very easily doable. But there's a catch. You're only working for 1 minute at a time. So the goal is to cram as much as you can into that minute, work super hard, because then you get a minute rest. So that's how the finisher is going to be timed. Pick up where you left off, wherever that minute stops. If you're in the middle of a set, or if you're in the middle of an exercise, stop right there and then pick up where you left off, and you can just stack up the rounds as you go through. Your 3 exercises are kettlebell figure 8s. Take a nice, wide, exaggerated stance. Kettlebell. As you scoop to one side, as you lunge, you're going to create space in between your knee and your hip to get that kettlebell through. Okay, you still want to maintain a good, strong posture. You don't want to round your shoulders forward, hips are still back. Okay, working the legs, obviously working the core and everything in between. We're doing 8 of those each side. Next up, you can actually keep your feet same position. It's going to be efficient. Okay, now we're doing a sumo deadlift, high pull. Wrist to chin, elbows up higher than the wrist. Make sure you're pulling with your upper back. Okay? And then last up, you're doing 10 of those. And then last up, lying knee tucks. So flatten your back, a couple different ways you can do it. You can do it here, tuck the butt underneath. Simply bring the knees in and extend them all the way out. Try not to let them drop to the ground. Okay, keep them up. Second option, hands up here, scooping in, tucking, and then back out. Just a little bit more movement with that second one. Doing 15 of those. Morning crew got it done just in time within that 13 minutes. So I have no doubts about you guys doing the same.